What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Stocks to Watch. In this video, my video is not going to be visible because I'm outstation. But again, a very good day as far as the markets are concerned. Nifty and Bank Nifty were slightly weaker, and you could see a lot of these Nifty 50 and Bank Nifty stocks cracking today. But as far as the watch list is concerned, as far as the stocks that we were watching out, I think they did absolutely amazing. And I'm going to show it to you on how relative strength and sector rotation plays such a critical role that even if Nifty, Bank Nifty, or the major mainstream indices, even if they're weak, these stocks can still outperform the market by leaps and bounds. So without further ado, let's quickly go back and check out the watch list for 19th of June, which is today, and let's see how those stocks played out. And I'm also going to give you a review on the stocks that we played. So I'm just going to go over to the watch list over here and just look at the moves over here, right? So you've got Midhani moving up about 7.5%, 8%. We discussed about Paras Defense again. So I'll just open up the daily charts of them. So we had a discussion about this. We had a discussion about a second day play in Midhani because this was like a very critical area. I told you that we were playing Lal Path Labs and we were into this particular trade, and we got a massive move in this. So although we didn't hold all the way till the top, I think we got out somewhere around here around a 4 hour. So even this is 6 hours. I think somewhere around here is where we got out. And I'll just quickly show you on how we played this, and look at Nika, look at M&M Finance. So I'll just quickly first show it to you on how these things played out. So this is Lal Path Labs. I think should be very clear. Then you've got Nika over here again. Nika doing nice stuff over here. M&M Finance as expected, moving out of this range. RBA, similar stuff moving out of this range. We got a good chunk of the move in this as well. Sumitomo Chemicals, a lot of my students and members, they caught this move in Sumitomo Chemicals. Bank of Baroda, Barbecue Nation, right? You name it, and exactly we were able to anticipate this major candle. And even LIC, towards the end of the day, we were expecting this move. We played LIC as well, and the list goes on. I mean, Lux Industries, you've got Metropolis. Just look at the highs that these stocks have created. And the reason I have titled this as a trap setting up is because a lot of people will do FOMO buying right now, because a lot of stocks are moving left, right, and center. They're extremely bullish, and this is the time where I'm going to be extremely cautious now. So I'm going to be staying very calm and composed, and I think the markets can trick you a little bit. So more on that towards the end of the episode. But again, all of these stocks doing extremely well. All of these stocks didn't really trigger an entry, and some of them moved against my expectation. So Triveni Turbine is one example. We were into this trade, we got out at cost. I will show that also to you. And this is what a liquidity grab or a fake out is. And now this could be a trap setting up for the markets. Even if you look at AU Small Finance Bank, similar structure over here, Jikri, Hindustan Copper. I mean, all of these stocks are not exactly moving as anticipated, and we never got an entry. So these are the stocks that we had a discussion about yesterday, and you can clearly see how big of moves we are kind of getting in all of these names. So that was fantastic. Now I'll just quickly try to show you on how these other things played out. So let me just quickly go over to Discord and show it to you on how we played all of these names. So I'll just quickly go to Discord and try to show it to you. So this is what our Lal Path Lab position was. So we got out somewhere around here, around 2060. This is exactly the place where we got out at 937, and this is where we got out of Triveni Turbine. So we got out somewhere just below the cost, minus 0.25 hour. And Lal Path Labs, even after our exit, did extremely well. Our exit was not really that good, but we were up 4 hours. So I'm going to be happy with that. This is the place where we took the RBA entry, and you can see that this is what I was trading, and RBA did a massive move. We were able to capitalize that as well. RBA did really well, and this is what Nifty was doing at that point of time. So it's clearly visible that Nifty was dumping continuously on the downside, and if you look at stocks like RBA, they were doing the exact opposite, and that's the power of stock selection. And then you've got LIC. So we got an entry over here in LIC around 609, and after a few moments we saw LIC also spiking hard with volumes, and that is what something that we were anticipating. So all of these names were something that we tried to play, and we got some phenomenal action over there. Now, talking about the stocks that are going to be in focus for tomorrow, and again, it's a mixed bag. This list is not one of my favorite lists because there are a lot of stocks which will need a lot of manual monitoring. as far as if they will, move or not. So there's going to be a lot of skill required here to judge. So number one is going to be sale. It still is on my radar. I think it still can, start moving out of this range. So it's going to be really interesting to watch this particular name sale. The other thing is going to be Tata Power. So Tata Power is not ready yet, in my opinion, but I think this is the range that it could slowly start playing out. So again, you've got to be a little more cautious over here. You've got to be a little more, precise with your entries. It's going to be a risky one, but I think it still can move decently. Hindustan Copper continues to be in my watch list, not trigger, did not trigger an entry yet, but again, something, really nice. And you will see another energy name, which is going to be Gas Authority of India Limited. So what I'm looking at over here in Gas Authority is, this range tightening over here, which can definitely start expanding very, very soon. That is what my expectation is as far as GAIL is concerned. So another name, all of these four names are not ready yet, but I'll still keep them on my watches because these are probably the best looking structures. Next up is Infibeam. Now this is, kind of a penny stock, not exactly something that you would want to trade on a daily basis. But again, this is also setting up really nicely and, could start exploding tomorrow in the markets. Some interesting names that I saw were two banking names. So I've got Bank of India over here, and then I think I've got Indian Bank, right? Both of them are doing similar things like RBA, and I think, in my opinion, they can start moving, aggressively tomorrow, based on the action that we are witnessing. So another name that's going to be on my radar is going to be Bank of India. Scient is probably one of the best looking structures right now. Scient, setting up extremely beautifully, and tomorrow is going to be the day where it starts expanding. So definitely number one pick for today is Scient. KPIL, Kalpataru Projects, again, something similar, moving out of this range after an impulse, shaking out these lows, liquidating these lows, tapping into these areas of demand, and then starting to set up a nice little base. Another interesting name that I'm definitely going to be watching out for. Next up is Policy Bazaar. We already have a position. This is a disclaimer. We've already got a position in Policy Bazaar, and it's near our cost, but I think this is also going to expand. I already told you I'm expecting some action in insurance sector, and PB FinTech is again literally setting up nicely to expand tomorrow. So that's going to be interesting to watch. Another very, very interesting name that I can see right now has got to be Praj Industries. So Praj is also, sugar stock, setting up really nicely into a tight little base over here. Supply being tested multiple times. We also have like a runaway gap over here post earnings, on the day of earnings, sorry. And I think this is also something that's going to be really, really interesting. Next up, the thing that I've got is got to be Blue Dart. So Blue Dart has been, moving very silently on the upside. I had this thing on my watch list once it was trading somewhere around this region, but post that the stock never really gave an entry. But right now, maybe there could be, a slight chance of an entry. Not one of my priority lists, but yeah, something that I'll definitely be watching out for. Next up is Indian Bank. Just like Bank of India, this is also setting up really nicely into a base. Now we've seen Karur Vysya Bank, pulling back today, and there are a lot of other banks, but PSU banks haven't really participated in this rally. So this banking rally was mostly mid-cap private banks which rallied, and I think this is the time for PSU banks to probably take a little part, towards the end of the rally. Next up is EPL, and again, this is also one of my favorite names right now. I think this is a really good structure, could explode tomorrow. Keep your eyes on this. This can just move out, and it'll just surprise you. So EPL again, something that's really, really nice. Next up that I've got in my watch list has got to be CESC, sorry. Not ready yet, but again, today tried to move up. I tried to move beyond it, and I think I've already told you I don't really like this. But as I said, the markets are, slowly getting out of setups. And this is the only thing, the reason this is in the watch list is because it just qualifies to be, into that range tightening kind of place. So again, something that I'll closely monitor, but don't really think that it's going to move tomorrow or day after, but let's see. Next up is Hatsun Agro, another dairy stock. So we've seen Parag Milk Foods, we've seen Dodla Dairy showing some traction, and Hatsun Agro Products is, I think, going to be ready in another 1 or 2 days to start moving out of this range. Milk prices are, definitely being increased by farmers, because of shortage of cows, shortage of milk due to the heat waves, due to monsoon. So there are multiple catalysts. We've got a base over base structure, nice little action over here. So Hatsun Agro, another one to watch out for. Delivery is another stock which is definitely has got to be another interesting name. Very range, night narrow contraction, and you can again see, right, Delivery, Blue Dart, both from the same industry, something is definitely cooking here. And we've also been, making this nice little base over here. So there's going to be lots of accumulation happening here. So there's clear path to move beyond these areas. So if we take out these 404 areas, I think we've got a lot of more room to move on the upside. So that's definitely going to be something that's going to be on my radar. And last but not the least, that's going to be Tattva Chintan, pharmaceuticals and chemicals. So this is another specialty chemical name, not one of my favorite plays, but the industry and the sector is getting some traction, and I would want to see on how this base really plays out. So these were the list of stocks that I'm going to be watching out for tomorrow. Some of these names, which I will definitely be really interested in, has got to be Cyient, has got to be Praj Industries, has got to be EPL. And I think there was one more name I'm missing out on, and I think that's got to be EPL. I think, yeah, I've already covered that. Yeah, I mean, delivery is also one of them. So all of these names are going to be really, really interesting to watch. Again, remember, the market is getting a little tricky to trade now. We have seen Nifty Bank Nifty showing some weakness. They're near their all-time highs, and the other stocks which are which showed strength earlier are starting to fade away right now. So money is again moving from one sector to the other, and stock selection again becomes a really, really important thing over here. But I think the Bulls are still continue to, they're going to continue to dominate. And while they do that, there's lots of opportunities to make money and to have quality trades. So that's it from my side. I hope you had a wonderful session and wonderful insights. If you're new here, consider subscribing, hit the like button, and drop me a comment. That motivates me to continuously get these videos to you. Slowly, I will be starting to upload my trade breakdown videos and other stuff which is going to help you, get better at the trading journey and learn from my experiences. So thank you so much. And if you really appreciated the content, please drop in a comment, and that'll mean a lot to me. And make sure to subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much. I will see you in the next time. All the best for your trading day tomorrow. Take care. Bye bye.